Greetings, I come in peace, and I mean you well. Today I want to talk about memory and concentration. I got some notes here, so I'm going to be looking at that from time to time. Memory. So, do you ever sometimes you read something or you learn something and it's just this, you have difficulty retaining it, recalling, recollection. Sometimes it can go away as soon as an hour, let alone like a week later, a month later, semester later, and you're like, dang, I'm familiar. I see the word, and I remember seeing that, or I remember that phrase and that terminology. But is it really soaking in? Is it really getting embedded into the software of your mind, of your brain? Is it really downloading in there? So if you ever wonder why you're having trouble recalling information you just learned in class or last week, or how about you couldn't remember that fascinating factoid about robots that you read about on Buzzfeed or National Geographic or in NASA News. So there's a German psychologist named Hermann Ebbinghaus. Hermann Ebbinghaus, and I'll put that information in the description of the video below. He would tell you to ask yourself if you practice the material after. So once you learn it, once you incorporate it, to practice it immediately. That helps better retain and recall what it means. Like I learned, actually my brother Ed told me about Baader-Meinhof, and that's when you see something once, or you may be thinking about something, or you see something, or something is talked about, and then you start seeing it all the time. Like if you say, oh, I really want a Jeep Rubicon, and then next thing you know, you see Jeep Rubicons all over the place, and your mind is thinking like, what in the world, I didn't see this stuff all the time before. Now all of a sudden I'm getting bombarded with it. So the Baader-Meinhof is, that recognition of, seeing something that you thought about or you put out there, and it's just your mind being more perceptive to it now. It's like it is zoning in and locking in on it. A vital component of a good study plan, as far as school, or you doing research, or just in life in general. Maybe you just want to have an icebreaker, or just be, that social butterfly, life of the party. So a vital component of a good study plan is processing information as quickly as possible after receiving it. So that the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve shows how information is lost over a period when there is no attempt to retain it when you do not practice the material. I'll show you a little, if I can. We forget 50% of what we learn within 1 hour of learning it, unless we put it into practice or are continuously supported and provided with access to knowledge. Practice makes perfect. So it talks about the retention. And apologies if that didn't, if I didn't capture that how I wanted to. This is a limited technological advancement. My Android doesn't do the flippy. I can't flip it around, so I have to turn it around. Yeah, it's limited. I am receiving donations if you so I can make this my daily visual journals better. I'm working on it. So but practice makes perfect. So the speed of forgetting depends on a number of factors, such as the difficulty of the learned material, for example, how meaningful it is, its representation, and psychological factors such as stress and sleep. The typical forgetting rate differs a little between individuals, and the difference in performance can be explained by mnemonic learning. Concentration, memory, concentration. Now we're moving on to concentration. I can wrap this thing up real quick. Many college students report having trouble concentrating. Today, it's not uncommon for even someone very disciplined to sit down and intend to work for the next 4 hours, only to find themselves 3 hours later with a Facebook update, a new Pinterest board, and playing an online game or something like that. Today, 2018, students have close to 4 times the immediate distractors that students only 2 decades ago did. This trend is not going to change, so experts recommend we think of it as skill building. So it's showing here some of the different distractions. You got Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Some of these, you got Skype. Some of them I don't even know what they are. Google Plus, Vimeo. Probably got Snapchat. But you get the idea. You get the idea. So there's so many distractions out there. So tactics to try, and then this is it. Tactics to try. Who hasn't had the experience of spending time with your notes in front of you, but without really concentrating with the material? Here are some tactics for avoiding that unpleasant waste of time. So you want to jot down or have in mind study goals before you even begin each study period, like number of pages, number of problems, number of hours that you want to spend working on it. Avoid unnecessary fatigue. Break your work up. Break up the workload. Just break it up. For example, try not to schedule 3 continuous hours of reading. Alternate reading with other activities or different types of work. This is commonly referred to as chunking. Chunking. So be aware. Is the last little tidbit here. Be aware, recognizing material when you see it is not the same thing as recalling it. Pulling away from distractions gets you sitting down and ready to engage with the task, but won't help you with the last bullet point. The next section, the next video, I'll elaborate on the power and kinds of recall techniques. So, thanks for tuning in for now. We'll see how this goes. Peace, love, smile, shoot galaxy. I am Zachary. I see you. And next time, stay tuned. Peace. Love you.